Well, okay.
This is a DI view tutorial because I see a lot of confusion about it. So this tool goes deeper than what you see here. This is just like the first layer. So if you right click any one of these boxes, go to view raw data, you get this little red arrow now. We'll get the raw data for all of them here. This is what a lot of people see and they're like, my pedal's broken. So that's the max you can output here with this pedal, is about 2,750. So we're gonna take those raw numbers and put them into the calibration tool here. So max is not 4,095 because I can only do 2,700. But with the clutch pedal specifically, you know, especially if you have like a clutch pedal that is has the camming action, there will be like a little bit of a point where it feels a little bit different. It'll start peaking and then you'll be going back downhill with the amount of pressure you're putting, right? For me, that's about right there at like 20, we'll say 2,100 is our max. That's not the full pedal travel. That's just like right where it breaks and then it goes into that sort of easier part. To make it to where this feels the same in every game, you set it up here like that. You don't set it up for 100% here and then go into every game and then set every game separately, because that's how you'll destroy your muscle memory. You see the black here is going to 100% right when I pass that little extra hump. So now when I'm letting it go, I can feel when it's supposed to engage. Rather than looking at what's happening on screen with the car or by sound, I can feel it. I can feel when it's supposed to happen. That's how you build muscle memory. This is very important. So you do also want to adjust your minimum and your center. The center is, of course, the middle of the two numbers you've chosen. So between 1 and 2,100 will be 1,050. It'll be more of a linear press. So we can make it to where it's not linear. Let's have it be like more of a flat and then a whoop. So we'll set it to 1,800. Now watch the difference here. You see how quickly it ramps up after that? So if you want the pedal to be quicker to get to max, but still have a lot of struggle at the end, like to have a little bit more modulation at the very end of the pedal travel, you can do that too. Let's have it be 500 here, right? And you can see that you're jumping up there really quickly. So as soon as you start pressing the pedal, it's really far up the chain there. I prefer linear, so 1,050 it will be for me. You will never have to go into the game to set this up because your 100% is right where that hump is, not at the end of the pedal travel. So don't set up your clutch pedal like you would your throttle pedal or, you know, your brake pedal, whatever. It's different. Now, when you're in games where you're shifting with an H pattern and you're just shifting relentlessly, this will prevent misshifts. Now, another thing that I recommend, especially if you're running motion, this is important for me specifically because I bounce around a lot. Look at the red arrow right here. So that's max for me in terms of what it thinks my max is, but this is actually the max. There's quite a bit more pedal travel. Now, there is a bit of a stop there because I have a rubber gasket right there. So that's where I can feel the first initial wall. But because I'm bouncing around and I'm pressing harder on the pedal sometimes, like when I'm excited and stuff, I want to make it to where 100% throttle is easily repeatable. Now, same with brake pedal here. I of course can press harder than this, but that's where my brake pedal feels like it stops. I can press harder, but for those of us that skip leg day every day, we don't want to have to be struggling with our pedals. We want everything here to be as comfortable as possible so we can focus on the performance of our car as a whole rather than us just like dependent on your type of racing and stuff like that. You know, I can turn my car and I can brake my car and not break my car or my leg. So this feels like it's about where the wall is right there. So we're gonna set our max at 3,100 and our center at, what is that, 1,550? Okay, now let's say you have a pedal set that's a little bit worn out. There's some lash in the beginning. So if you want your minimum to be like, let's say 200, watch this red arrow right here. I have to press it about 6% or 5% or so before that black line even moves, before the game will recognize that I'm pushing the brake pedal. So a test to find your dead zone, push your pedal in all the way, let it go, see if it returns to 0 or if it bounces anywhere, and then also press it just a little bit and then let it go. As a final test, press it in a little bit and then let it go slowly. Right there, my foot's off the pedal. You can see, so in game, my car would be, you know, 2% throttle at this point. in real world application, most likely you're going to be kind of quicker with your motion, so it's not going to happen. But that's just a good example of how to actually test your pedals so you can actually see where you should be setting these things. These are things that people ignore to talk about. You know, they just show you how to set it up and then they leave you be. Like, you figure it out for yourself. And of course you can, and most of you will. But some of you might not be getting the most out of your pedals, your handbrake, your wheelbase, whatever, if you're not using this tool properly. There are probably features of this tool that I'm not familiar with, and maybe there's like hidden really cool things that I'm not mentioning in this video. Please let me know in the comments below if I missed something. But these things are things I see a lot ignored. Anyway, have a good day. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.